I feel very honoured to have this role put in front of me.
Is Billy Slater ready to coach?
No one knows Origin as well as Billy Slater.
Can he make it? Yes, he can. Billy the Kid.
They've got to have cattle to work with.
They're playing against probably the best New South Wales side we've seen, the most potent New South Wales side we've seen anyway.
It doesn't really matter who coaches Queensland because they're a group anyway. They all pitch in.
But it's the acquisition of the GOAT, the greatest of all time, arguably, Cameron Smith, on his coaching staff that is a huge boost for the Maroons.
Oh, serious face for the cameras there. The assistant coach of the Queensland team for Origin, Cameron Smith. Part of the dream team under coach Billy Slater. JT there, Josh Henne as well, Cam. Gal's been saying the Blues are about to begin a huge dynasty. That's
what I said was I asked JT, I said, JT, you had so much luck in Origin. Do you think that might be running out now you're the coach? Maybe you had 8 years of luck there? I thought it might be running out.
A little bit of luck. A little bit of luck.
So tell me about how the role came about. I mean, obviously, your close relationship with Bill.
Yeah.
And you've been Queensland captain as well. Did it take much convincing?
A little bit, yeah. I didn't jump at it straight away, given what the NRL players were going through last year. I think Billy was approached by the QRL towards the back end of last year about the possibility of taking over as coach. Paul Green was still there as coach at the time, but there was discussions of whether he would go on or not. So I had some concerns around the whole bubble situation, and I'd already lived the whole season through it, and I didn't really want to go back into it again. And also, I've got some existing commitments as well, which I didn't really want to have to put on the back burner. But the best thing about Bill was that he reassured me that none of those commitments would be impacted, and he had a strong mail that there was going to be no bubbles for the NRL players this year at all. So at the moment, it's worked out well, and really excited about the opportunity actually to work alongside Bill. He's a as we all know, he was a fantastic State of Origin player, played over 30 State of Origins for Queensland, and he's one guy that I played alongside who had the best preparation out of anyone as far as knowing the opposition, having knowledge about the way they're going to play, and particularly about individuals. So as a head coach, I think he'll take that same philosophy in as he did as a player, and have the Queensland Maroons well prepared for game one.
Cam, I can definitely attest to that. He was unbelievable. His preparation was second to none. He just covered every base, and he was so well prepared every game. I was lucky to have to play test match footy with him, and I've never seen anyone prepared like him. He was unreal. But as far as yourself goes, will you take more of an attacking role or a defensive role in the Queensland side?
Yeah, well, I think at the moment it'll be more based around just areas of the team rather than the whole team. I think that will be more Josh Henne. I think I'll be doing some work with the ruck players and the spine, and maybe just working a little bit with the leaders too, just around their mindset and their approach to the series, but also as each game and the camp, really just being around camp and talking to those guys about how they're going to manage the football side, how they're going to manage individuals. But that's a great thing about Billy. He's got some strengths that he knows he's very good at bringing his knowledge and experience to the football team. But he's got some areas that he knows that Jonathan and Josh and myself can bring as well, and he's willing to let us chip in where we can.
Cam, I don't want to be disrespectful to Gal. The whole time you were playing, well, most of that time you were playing Origin, the Queensland team on paper was far superior to the New South Wales team. You're going to a coach, and it's probably reversed now, and probably the top three players in the game, Nathan, Tommy Trbojevic, and James Tedesco. Does the preparation change knowing you're the underdogs and the roster is... if everything goes to plan, if teams play well, New South Wales should win. Do things change?
Well, on paper, you're right, Mick, but I was involved in some Queensland sides in my career at State of Origin level where New South Wales were far superior on paper too, but we were able to go out and get a victory. I think for this playing group, it's just about giving them an opportunity during the week to be at their best come game time, sharing some knowledge that we gained through our time playing State of Origin with them about how to go about the week and what to expect. There's a lot of experience to some players in that team right now. Daly Cherry Evans, Cam Munster's been there for quite some time, but there are some guys who are just starting out also. So they are fairly new to that level, and they just have to have an understanding that it's different to NRL. it is not like an NRL match. It's not like an NRL team. This is so much bigger than what you roll out for on the weekend.
Shamus, they're exactly where they want to be. Why would you even say they're doing? They're exactly where they want to be, the underdogs. They're exactly where they want to be. They're in the top position.
This is the stuff that he used to roll out, the stuff he got paid for.
2 heads.
That's right. Actually, I never got paid for the 2 heads comment.
Oh, didn't you? I thought it was 15 grand a head.
No,
He actually meant it. He actually meant it.
But, mate, this is where they want to be.
Is this part of the problem for New South? Like, when you were playing, right, that you guys always felt as though like you didn't try, and it felt like you're going to the game already beating yourselves mentally.
I never, at no stage in my Origin career did I ever go into one Origin game not thinking we could win. I genuinely mean that. All the coaches done a terrific job at preparing us as best they could, and we hit that field thinking we could win every time without fail. That's what hurt so much. But what I put it down to, now that I've retired, I can admit it, was the spine. And I look at New South Wales spine now. Luai, Cleary, Cook and Tedesco, so settled. And they've played there before, they've played together, a lot of football together, right? And I think when it comes down to tight games, look, if you're getting beaten by 15, 20, 30 points, you put that down to everyone, okay, and more importantly, probably the forwards. But when you're getting beaten 12-10 or 14-12, or the blokes kicking 40-metre field goals, to me that comes down to game management and your spine. And I look when I played, Billy Slater, Cam Smith, Jonathan Thurston, Darren Lockyer. And when Darren Lockyer left, they replaced him with Cooper Cronk. Like, just an absolute beautiful spine. And the big moments in big matches come up with the right play. And I think that's the advantage New South Wales have at this point in time with Luai, Cleary, Cook and Tedesco. I know that the Queensland have got Ponga there. Munster is a great player. Cherry Evans. There's still a little bit of conjecture at who's going to be the hooker. So I think that's a bit of an issue for them. But I just look at that New South Wales spine. I think you throw on top of that Turbo, the Trell, Isaiah Yeo, Murray, Paulo, Payne Haas. I just see that the New South Wales team being superior at this point in time. But they still have to go there and perform and put that Blues jersey on and perform the way they should, because these blokes are in the exact position they want to be. Underdogs, they can't win. No one wants to touch them.
You spoke for 5 minutes about how good New South Wales is. And
they are. They are so good at the moment. And if they go there and put the jersey on and perform the way they should win. But these guys are where they want to be. They're underdogs. That's exactly where they want to be. They love it. They love being the underdogs. They can't win. That's where they want to be.
8 weeks and 2 days. It's never too early, is it? I love it.
I could talk about every week.
Honestly.
I just wish I won a few more games.